Hi Greens Prairie Mustangs, it's Mrs. Cooper and Chewy. We are doing something fun where teachers are going to be showing you some different animals from their house. So Chewy and I thought it would be fun to start it off since y'all probably have seen him in the hallways. For some of you, you have actually seen him up close and held him and loved on him. But for some of you, you haven't actually gotten to see Chewy up close and personal. So Chewy and I thought it would be fun to kind of tell you all about his breed and some fun facts about him today. So Chewy right here is a Holland Lop. He's in the lop-eared family, which means that his ears are kind of floppy. There are over 49 different rabbit breeds, types of rabbit, and he is just one of them. His breed, he's in a diaper, yes, and I'll get to that in just a second, but his breed of Holland Lop, they only get to be about 4 pounds, so he's a little guy. He was born on April 5th, 2019, so on April 5th of in the next couple of weeks, he will actually turn a year old. He is what we call a domestic rabbit because he lives with me and my family in my house. He is not a wild rabbit, so he's not out in the wild. Domestic rabbits can actually live to be 10 years old, so when you get a rabbit and you want a rabbit to keep, make sure that you know that it's a long commitment. He was actually, he's our class rabbit, for those of you that don't know. He lives in Miss Cooper's classroom when when school's in session. He's pretty spoiled rotten. He has 2 cages, yes. He has a cage at school and a cage at home. He goes with Miss Cooper in the car every day. He drives to school and he drives back from school. He is rotten to the core. The diaper story kind of started, funny story, is because when he was a baby, he couldn't hold his bladder very well. And he ended up using the bathroom on Mrs. Bartosh in my classroom. And he had little poop pellets on the floor, which are easy, luckily, to clean up. But everybody thought it was hysterical, and Mrs. Fortner walked in thinking it was funny and told my class that here's a diaper for Chewy. Well, of course, my class asked me to put it on him, and I said, no, I don't want to put a diaper on the rabbit. And sure enough, we put a diaper on the rabbit and he fell in love with it. It was almost like a blanket to him. So now he is potty trained now, but now when he gets out of his cage, he tends to get a diaper on immediately. But I can honestly say he's only ever used the bathroom probably twice in his diaper since September. So he's not necessarily, he doesn't use the diaper very often, but it's just there for safety. Rabbits need exercise every day, so Chewy is potty trained. He has a litter box outside of his cage that he hops around and plays around in the house, and then he goes and potties in his litter box. He's very, very smart. He is what we call a buck because boys, which are male rabbits, are called bucks. Female rabbits are called does. And one fun fact about them is the babies are actually called kits or kittens, like we see for cats. That's what babies are called. So rabbits, I'm gonna show y'all his teeth. He's very chill. But I don't know if you can even see his teeth. Well, I probably can't zoom in, but he has actually 28 teeth. And the fun fact about that is his teeth never stop growing. So if you ever have a rabbit, it's important that you give him something to chew on that's gonna like file those teeth down. And he has 5 toes in the front with his nails that never stop growing, and 4 toes in the back with nails that never stop growing. So that's a little fun fact. Some other fun facts about him is that rabbits can't throw up. And I know that sounds weird, but they don't have the ability to throw up, which is a blessing because if you've ever had an animal, sometimes they can get messy. Rabbits can't throw up. And he is actually in the class family called logomorphs. He is not a rodent. A lot of people think that rabbits are in the rodent family, and that is actually not true. He's a logomorph. So if you don't know what a logomorph is, look that up because it's really cool. So he has his own little set of family there. And then, so one thing I do want to tell you is Chewy is the coolest because not only is he Mr. Chill, but he literally falls asleep on me. He, well, he's a little anxious right now, but he sits with the kids all the time. He falls asleep on his back all the time. He loves his belly rubbed. It's really, really funny. Like he is, I mean, like right now he's loving his belly rubbed. He's Mr. Rotten. But what's funny is he's really picky about veggies. So when we first got him, we talked to the breeder. She's out of Round Top, Texas, and she was really cool. Very, very helpful woman. And I just assumed that all bunnies just ate all kinds of veggies. That is absolutely not true. They have, they're picky eaters just like we are. So I don't know about you, but I'm like extremely picky eater. And he is an extremely picky eater himself. So we tried all these different veggies. We introduced him to all these different veggies, and he didn't want to eat all these veggies. So he loves fresh carrots. Those are his favorite. But you would think that he absolutely loves the like carrot part. He actually loves the greenery. He loves the tops of the carrots. He will eat the carrot part, but he won't eat carrots from a bag. He doesn't like them. And he likes the green tops. He loves celery. He loves romaine lettuce. He loves, his favorite in all the world is parsley. But I've tried different things. He does not like red apples at all, but he loves green apples because they're a little bit more sour. He loves banana peels, like the tops of strawberries, like anything that's like the greenery. But the banana peels is kind of funny because you wouldn't think that an animal would like the peel, but it actually has a lot of nutrients and vitamins in it. So he likes banana peels. He's really kind of funny that way. Our breeder that we found him with, Addison, my daughter, I never thought in the world that I would have a rabbit, and here I am owning this little guy, and my class calls him Mr. Man. Well, Mr. Man was actually bred to be a show rabbit, so his breeder that we got him from doesn't actually typically sell rabbits unless they don't meet the mark of being a show rabbit. And I honestly don't know why he didn't meet the mark, because maybe it's because he's too calm, maybe. But he's actually labeled. His number was P945 in his ear, and he was marked, and they didn't think that he met the mark, and so we bought him from the lady, and he's been the biggest blessing in the whole wide world. I will tell you, over this break, he's had a really, really hard time because he's used to kids, and he's used to noise, and he's used to the hustle and bustle of things, and he actually is used to car rides. He likes car rides. He is one spoiled, rotten boy. But, so here's Chewy. If you ever want to love on him, I promise we will make it happen. The only last thing I wanted to tell you is I forgot to tell you all the things that he eats. So I'm gonna kind of show y'all his cage. And number one, rabbits always need, here baby, let me get that off of you. There you go. Rabbits always need fresh veggies. They need water to drink. He never liked the little bottle that hangs in the cage. And I don't typically have him by the fireplace, but he is today just for this. They have to have Timothy hay, and they have to have Timothy hay at all times for him to be able to, it's good for his fiber. These right here are little protein pellets, and that's how he gets his protein. Rabbits only eat veggies and grasses, which means that they're herbivores. They don't eat meat. And so he is an herbivore. So he eats grass and all of that, and then his fresh veggies every day. One thing that the lady did tell us when we were getting him, and which I thought was fascinating, and I'll let you just watch him eat real quick while I'm talking about this, is I thought that you could just give a rabbit any amount of veggies that you wanted. He's ready to get out. He's used to this being on the floor, and he gets in and out when he wants to. But we thought that a rabbit could just get any kind of the amount of veggies that they wanted, and that is absolutely not true. If you think about it like this, the breeder told us this perfectly. If you think about a child or yourself with chocolate, your parents probably don't let you have chocolate all day long. and neither can rabbits. It's kind of like chocolate for rabbits, veggies are. So you're actually only supposed to give rabbits a cup for every 2 pounds that they weigh. So Chewy weighs 4 pounds. So he's allowed to have 2 cups of veggies a day. He's a little bit rotten, and Miss Cooper kind of spoils him a little bit. So he probably gets a little bit more than 2 cups a day, but he's healthy, and he's been awesome. And he is, and I wanted to show you this. If you can see all this hair coming out, that actually doesn't hurt him. He is shedding. So every 3 months, a rabbit sheds their undercoat and gets a whole new coat underneath there. And so that's what he's used to. If you can tell, he is used to being out all the time. He's a little bit spoiled. I will tell you, he snuggles with us on the couch. He's funny because I didn't think that a rabbit would show you how much they love you, but they absolutely do. They will, to show you that they love you, they will lick you and nudge you. And their biggest thing to show you that you love them is to give them kisses right here in the middle of their head. And that is absolutely how rabbits will tell you that they are sorry. They will put your head to head right here and hold it there for a second, and that's the way that they tell you that they're sorry. The other fun fact about him is that, or rabbits in general, is if you see their nose wiggling constantly, it's because they're happy. So if a rabbit's nose isn't moving up and down, they're not exactly thrilled at that moment. So hopefully you got a little bit of information about rabbits today, and I hope and pray that we get to school pretty soon so that y'all can actually come visit him in the classroom, because he would absolutely love that. We miss you guys at Greens Prairie, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.